Well, as we talked about before we started today, this whole podcast is about how to create an intentional life. And I believe a lot of that has to do with the culmination of our daily choices in determining our long term tsunami of greatness. So I wanted to ask you, with that as a lens, what is the foundation for someone who's building this brand or wants to achieve greatness for translating our highest ambitions into intentional, hyper focused effort?
I think it is understanding what personal branding is and what it is not. So when people hear personal branding, they think, oh, you're talking about social media, or you're talking about websites, or you're talking about graphics or logos or colors, right? That's what people think of. That is not what we think of when we think of personal branding. Personal branding is simply the digitization of your reputation. It's the digitization of your reputation. So you have to understand, like, all of those things are tactics and tools that play a part of it. But what we're really doing here is a much bigger conversation than like followers and likes and color palettes and websites and technology gadgets and things. This is about reputation. It's about becoming well known, not being famous, but becoming trusted, becoming well known, becoming credible, respected, someone who is an advisor that people look to for answers to help them in their life and in their business. If you can do that, like, then there's a huge financial opportunity. But the irony, the greatest irony of all about personal branding is that personal branding is not about you. It's not about how many followers you get and how much money you make and like how much reach you have and like all of these things, like what TV shows you're on or who you know. It's none of that. Personal branding is about the problem you solve in the service of other people. It's about service. It's not self centered. It's others centered. It's not self actualization. What Maslow's hierarchy of needs talks about self actualization. I think Maslow missed it. I think Maslow was one rung short. It's good to become all that you're meant to be, but there's a level beyond that, which is becoming everything you can be in the service of others. That is a level of power and a depth of fire and passion that is non extinguishable. It never runs out. It creates meaning for our lives. Our lives have meaning in the context of how we serve and help and support other people. So it's not so much about like, who am I? It's who can I help? How can I serve? People run around asking the wrong question. They say, what is my purpose? How do I find my purpose? It's totally self-centered. A better question is to say, who can I serve? Who can I help? Who can I support? What do I have that's valuable to another person? If you approach things that way, you will find purpose, you will find passion, you will find meaning, and you will find an audience, and you'll find influence, and you'll find impact, and you'll find income and profit and revenue because you're showing up for the world in a way that is not saying, look at me, here I am, I'm so great. You're showing up for the world in a way that says, how can I help you? What do you need? Here's what I have to offer. And when you do that, people come, they flock, they're starving for it. If you can articulate it clearly, and if you can transform your personal character to be focused on service rather than selfishness.